Peggy 18.
Entre missions d'escorte d'un fils d'ambassadeur, objectifs d'assaut ou de défense, sabotage et autres, on nous promet entre 6 et 8 heures de campagne qui revisiteront les moments clés de la trilogie Killzone.
Killzone Mercenary is a game that's completely built from ground up for the Vita. It's using the Killzone 3 engine. It has been ported to Vita, and this game has been designed sort of with a fresh angle in mind. So we introduced the mercenaries. You play as a mercenary through the game, and it allowed us to come up with a whole bunch of new mechanics, like earning money, buying weapons, customizing your player character, and taking all the stuff to multiplayer as well. So it's a very fresh, new, big project for the Vita. You start off as a mercenary Aaron Danner in helping with the liberation of Vecta. So this takes place at the end of Killzone 1 and Killzone Liberation. And as you proceed, you are asked to help with the invasion on Helgon. So this takes place at the beginning of Killzone 2, and you actually enable this invasion to take place.
Para além da campanha a solo, o jogo irá suportar modos multijogador online.
In terms of modes, we have deathmatch, team deathmatch, and we have the classic Killzone Warzone mode. And Warzone is a mode that you play. Basically, you have 5 games that follow each other, and you have each game has different objectives. So you'll be playing multiplayer for a longer time, for multiple matches in a row, which is really cool and very dynamic.
When you're making a game, there's always a trade-off between how quickly you can come out versus the love, tender and care that needs to go into it. A game of this, amongst other benefits, graphical fidelity, just takes a certain throughput time. So for instance, we required up to 10 months from getting the Killzone 3 engine ready for the Vita platform, but also the new setting, the new take on it, the fresh new angle, just really required some time. So in our opinion, it's much more important to do it well than to do it quick. sat down. Always claimed to be a daddy.
Okay, so could you do a quick introduction and say hello to the Polish Killzone fans?
Hello Poland. I'm Jan van Beek, I'm the studio art director. This is Leslie Down. I'm one of the producers here at Guerrilla Games.
Okay,
From Amsterdam.
yeah, it's a nice city.
Thank you. Especially in the snow.
Were you ready? Introduce yourself to the camera.
Straight to the camera?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Jan van Beek, I'm the studio art director here at Guerrilla.
Hi, and I'm Tom Jones, I'm the art director at Guerrilla Cambridge.
So tell us what is the biggest challenge in bringing the full FPS experience from the Killzone series to the handheld device?
Well, it's a different piece of hardware. It's different in PlayStation 3, although basically sort of per pixel you've got the same amount of power, but the architecture is quite a little bit different. Of course, there's also different button layouts. You don't have the shoulder buttons, so basically getting it to feel like Killzone while not basically changing it too much was a big challenge in that regard. It's also been a fun challenge because basically any sort of new hardware is always fun to develop for.
Okay, so I think one of the biggest challenges was to bring the Killzone 3 engine on the handheld device, and it took.
I think basically probably a year.
Yeah, it took a while, for us to unravel it and then repackage it and really get the most out of the bit of kit. So.
Okay, so is something that is missing from the engine?
There's a couple of things basically that we need to take out. There's also a couple of things that we added. Basically, all these platforms have their different strengths. But one of the things that we actually added is that we now have real-time reflections on the floors, for example, that we didn't have in Killzone 3, but we also need to kind of take certain things out. Particle effects are a little bit lower res than normally, I would say. But basically, other than that, it's basically pure polygons basically thrown at the screen. It's pretty much identical to what we've done on the PlayStation 3.
Okay, so you could tell us something about the Killzone Liberation, Killzone Mercenary modes. Is there a single player mode, a campaign, and a contract mode?
Tom?
There's single player and multiplayer. So single player is standard story, where you play through as a mercenary, and then the multiplayer, as you saw in the presentation, you up to 8 players, 6 different maps. But the cool thing is, and I think one of the things that works really well for the Vita is the money you earn in single player you can use in multiplayer, so they're kind of linked together, so it's not just this separate experience. Everything you earn and everything you do in single player has an effect on your character for multiplayer and things you can buy.
Okay, so
and also on top of that, basically there's the special contracts mode. So after you've finished a level in the campaign mode, basically a couple of challenges that open up in that level, and you can replay it with a specific new focus, such as, for example, precision, which basically makes you go in there as a sniper, as a marksman. Demolition, basically you get new objectives to also blow up certain things that you normally wouldn't have to do, and also as basically the difficulty increases, you get time challenges as well, so being able to kind of finish a level very quickly, for example.
And more trophies.
And more trophies, and more money to be earned that you can then spend in multiplayer, for example.
Okay, so in multiplayer it's 4 versus 4 on the team deathmatch, and 8 players on the deathmatch, classic deathmatch.
So there's going to be the guerrilla warfare mode that you have in Killzone 3, so total will be up to 8 players.
Okay, in the campaign mode we play the missions for the SI, for the Helgas,
yes.
and do we have some new equipment for the help us?
Yeah, basically, so there is now a sort of in-game shop. We have a character called Blackjack, who's a black market arms trader. And it's specific places within the game rules. Basically, you can go to the shop and buy all kinds of new gear. So depending on how much money you've earned, you can buy certain drones, you can buy Haugas weapons or ISA weapons, and you have basically directly in the game choice of how you're going to be playing it. You can change your tactics on the fly as well, because you can buy new weapons while you're playing a level.
So you can use a Haugas weapon playing the mission for the inside. I think it will be all for me.
Okay, thank you.
Il ne nous reste plus
For the money. War is our business.
Killzone Mercenary on the Vita, coming to you September 17th this year.